I rarely engage in joint operations with others.
There you are, Shamash.
Nana. Zero, pass on this message. The command is a palindrome.
I see. It was indeed the right decision to have you stay there.
You discovered it. Why?
Why what? Why didn't I pursue Ereshkigal? Because that would be futile. I should have realized earlier that the key point is not preventing the Copper Sphere from being activated, because its activation is destined. In the future that Seer foresaw, the Copper Sphere was activated but had not yet exploded, and there was nobody present to witness its detonation. Do you grasp what I'm implying, Shamash? We thought we should stop Aten from being activated, but that's a typical misunderstanding. What we should do is try to shut it down again once it's activated. It's a future that hasn't been seen, and it's our last hope.
The command.
It is true that only Ereshkigal knows the command, but there is no such thing as an unbreakable code. All codes share a common enemy. No matter how complex and clever they may be, they will never withstand the most primitive and ungraceful, yet also the most effective decryption method. Brute force method. With enough patience, I can eventually figure out the number of sand grains in every desert across the world. Given sufficient time, as long as I try them one by one, I can ultimately decipher all the codes in the world. Such is the mathematical death sentence for all codes, and brute force method is the executioner. It reminds me of something, you know? Exactly. It's similar to what this library has been doing for millennia. It lists an infinite number of possibilities based on a finite set of characters. Truth always exists in those infinite possibilities. It's just, we haven't found it yet. All we lack now is time. The very purpose of cryptography is to delay the progress of decryption. Through countless laborers and slaves, combined with unwavering determination and patience, the Memphians unraveled the command to activate Aten. However, we don't have that much time or manpower. Nonetheless, we're a few thousand years ahead of the Memphians. During Akhenaten's era, people themselves were the basic computing units, using their fingers and brains to calculate. But now, the most advanced computer in the world is right here, in this part of the Babel Tower. And that's why I didn't pursue Ereshkigal, but came here instead.
The central computer room.
Indeed. These interconnected processing modules.
Insufficient.
Are you worried the computational power is still not enough? Well, if we solely rely on the processing modules in the tower, it might not be sufficient. But this is the Library of Babel. It replicates all the rooms infinitely, which in turn expands the size of our processing module rooms infinitely. So, we'll combat infinity with infinity. We use the library to achieve trillions of possibilities and achieve a feat that would take the Memphians eons to accomplish. We'll connect all the extra processing modules, forming a processing network with ample computational power. And leave the rest to brute force method. Complex techniques are nothing in the face of raw power. Let's activate the central computer ahead. Futile effort!
Judgment.
Let's see. With the current computational power, it'll take us another 24 hours to go through every possible combination. That's hardly surprising, to be honest. Looks like we'll have to connect the other arithmetic modules. Children are not light!
Full. That's what pain feels like.
Futile effort!
Ignorance.
The path to the console for the first module is blocked. We need to find a way to lower this barrier. Are there sensors up there?
Nana, the space.
Yeah, I know. Things are getting tricky.
Space.
The timeline of this library is collapsing, along with the nearby time periods. I'm afraid Erishan has caused it. This space is highly unstable now, and we can't be sure which point in time we've been sent back to. But don't worry. We still have a chance before the timeline of this space collapses completely. How much more do we need?
60%.
We need to pick up the pace. The control hub for the arithmetic module is up on that platform. But this place is like a labyrinth. I need to figure out how to navigate it. Waning Crescent! Futile effort! And this arithmetic module is connected too. All right, we're down to the last module. Let's keep going. We need to open that door to access the console for the last module.
Ignorance.
The last module's now connected. We can leave now.
End it all!
Bow before the sun's brilliance!
All the modules are connected now. Let's hurry back and reboot the central computer. We've successfully restarted. And now, we'll leave everything else to the brute force method. Don't let anything get near it until it finishes the calculation. Waning Crescent! Futile effort! Moonset!
Bow before the sun's brilliance!
Waning Crescent!
Anzu, end it all! Move!
Worked?
If you're talking about getting a full list of all possible combinations, it worked. However, if you're talking about finding the specific one to deactivate Aten,
Verification.
exactly. That's the most challenging part. Every possible word, phrase, and chapter now reside within this computational network. But how are we supposed to find that specific command? If we recite all the commands, one must deactivate Aten. But Aten is not here, and there are only the two of us. Can we really recite all the commands before we die of old age? How can we quickly send all these commands to Aten to check if they're correct? Oh gosh, Cosmos. You've left behind quite a mess. What were you thinking? Huh? Hold on a sec.
When you face a problem that you can't solve, use it, Nana.
Critical moment. This is the critical moment. What am I supposed to do with your legacy? What are you doing? The port doesn't even match.